Hello and welcome to this short video overview of Ontotext Metadata Studio. Ontotext Metadata Studio is the newest product in Ontotext portfolio, built on top of the flagship Ontotext product GraphDB, the leading graph triple store. Ontotext Metadata Studio is aimed at helping organizations with various amount of content make the most of it by automatically extracting the knowledge locked within that content. If you're such an organization, perhaps some of the following problems ring true to you. To what extent could that process be automated? And what would the final quality be at the end of such process? Ontotext Metadata Studio answers these questions head-on by empowering the pre-existing subject matter experts within such organizations, whatever the domain, to be able to utilize them and provide the ground truth over a set of documents based on annotation guidelines and principles, which in turn actually amounts to the quality baseline, which can be achieved by an automated extraction operation. Furthermore, Ontotext Metadata Studio allows the integration of many of the most popular text analysis services on the market, which can be plugged in to Metadata Studio, and the content available in Metadata Studio could be automatically annotated by such services. They can be compared with each other and against the ground truth annotations that the subject matter experts have already produced. And lastly, since the product is built on top of GraphDB, if the taxonomy lives in GraphDB, Ontotext Metadata Studio, in addition to fixing and detecting the model drift, it also takes care of the changing reference data, and it keeps it in sync with the annotations produced by the human annotators, thus keeping the need for rework at a minimum. In terms of structure, we have projects in the tool, as well as corpora, and within the corpora we have a set of documents. Each document can be opened and you can inspect the annotations available within. We have filters for the different annotation types and provenance sources such as creators, so that I can, for example, narrow down what I'm currently interested in to some of the annotation types by some of the creators, or I can investigate them in bulk. And we also have linked concepts, such as the most popular concepts in this article, which are the Park National Bank and Newark, in case any of these have been defined in the annotation schema. The annotation schema itself is the common interface that is the foundation of the configuration in terms of what you see within the tool. And this is basically the representation of the domain knowledge and the specific problem and task that you're trying to solve. In this one, we have three concept classes, which represent the concepts in the taxonomy or the reference data, location, organization, and person. And this is because, in addition to named entity tagging for the inline annotations such as, let's say, organization, person, we also have the task of entity linking. So we're tagging and also linking to instances in the knowledge base. But in general, we can define from the annotation schema the inline annotations, including relations, as we can see here. For example, headquarters annotation, which contains an object, a subject of an organization and an object of a city or a location, so that we can express that Ontotext is headquartered in Sofia. And also document level annotation, which refers to the whole document. And of course, we can also define how the documents that we will upload and process in the tool look themselves. In addition to that, as I mentioned, we have the ability to bulk annotate content through the registered text analysis services. In this case, I've registered the Ontotext tax service, which service is actually one of the services that we have available and that we can integrate with. Another one would be Spacey or Google NLP, Amazon Comprehend, really some of the most popular services. There are examples in the documentation how we integrate with them. And of course, we also have the reports, which reports represent the aggregation of knowledge of what we've achieved in terms of annotations, be it human annotations or machine annotations, such as the F1 report or the inter-annotation agreement report, which we can compare, let's say, one provenance source against another, specify or narrow down the annotation classes that we're interested in, specify the features that we want to match against, and save the report for future reference. In this case, I can see that using the default div-bot annotations part of the KnowledgeNet corpus against our own Ontotext stack service, the results don't look really that exciting. This is, of course, due to the fact that, as we can see below, in the drill down report, there are differences in the writing styles and differences in the annotation guidelines, but we can drill down on specific articles and see what the two sources of annotations agree on and what the differences are. In this case, Los Angeles is annotated by the Ontotext tax service, but was not as a location, but was not marked by the preloaded div-bot annotations. And we also have another kind of report, which is the labels and concepts report. In this report, we can see a list of, let's say, the most popular labels associated with organizational annotations, as well as the concepts that are available within those annotations. So in this case, if I were to sort the labels by total occurrences, I can see that Harvard University and ZoomInfo are the two most popular labels within my documents that have been annotated with an organizational annotation. And I can also see that the most popular, or one of the most popular annotations concepts present is also the ZoomInfo one. If I were to open it, I can see a list of all the co-occurring concepts with that concept, and ZoomInfo co-occurs with some locations such as Atlanta. I can open Atlanta in order to browse further what that concept in turn is co-occurring with, etc., etc. This would take a bit of time, but in the meantime, you can see all of this and much more in our documentation, which is linked on our product page, as well as see the other videos and case studies we have available for this product. Thank you for your attention and looking forward to speaking again soon.